Hey, what's up, everybody? Michael here, and I recently saw that there was this brand new PS5 system update beta that came with a couple of pretty cool new features, and I wanted to just to go ahead and to try that out. Now, one of the things that I was looking to figure out here is that if Lua still works on PS5 12.00, and the second thing I wanted to figure out is that if this new DualSense wireless controller pairing across multiple devices actually works with the jailbroken PlayStation 5. So we're going to give that a shot on a PS5 7.61 once I update my retail PS5 to 12.00 and update my DualSense wireless. Okay, let's jump straight into it. Okay, so I went ahead and I just signed into the PlayStation Network here. There you can see my little icon. And if I click on this and I go down to redeem code, this is where you can enter in your 12-digit character voucher code. Now, you will have to source one of these codes yourself, as obviously I don't really have any to give away, but there was a very kind person that provided a code for me where we could test some of this out. So I'm going to go ahead and paste in that code, and I'm going to hit continue here, and right there it is, the PlayStation 5 System Software Beta Testing Summer 2025, and it has just a little bit more information about joining the beta program. We're going to confirm the redemption. So there it goes. It says, thank you, MB Crump. And yeah, you can just redeem another code. So at this point, I'm going to head over to my PlayStation 5. Okay, so on my retail PS5, if you go to System Software, and then System Software Update and Settings, right here are the options that you will get if you are invited into the beta program. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get the beta installed, and we'll be right back. Okay, so now that the beta has been installed, it does pop up that message there that said beta 2.0, and then it quickly lets me back on into the system here. Okay, so there is a notification that the system software update is complete and that I am logged into the PlayStation 5. Okay. So immediately it pops up the DualSense wireless controller device software. And this obviously lets you now use your PlayStation 5 DualSense controller with things like your Apple iOS device, another PlayStation 5, and so forth. Now, I'm definitely going to be testing this on a jailbroken PlayStation 5, so you do want to stay tuned for that. Okay, so we'll let this finish up here real quick. And it's restarting the controller, and now my controller is back connected again. Okay, we'll go over to the settings again, go to System Information, and right there we can see we are on 12.00 Beta 2. Okay, so let's go ahead and load up our Lua game. So I have one that is right here, which is the Hamadashi Creative, and this is the demo. Do have a video on how to get demos on the latest firmware if you want to see those. And so right there we are. It says RemoteLuaLoader running on PS5 12.00, listening on port 9026. Now, what I typically like to do with this is just go ahead and run the command for the FTP, because that automatically has some pop-up notifications that we can test if working. And then obviously the sandbox for the FTP. So let's go ahead and let's do that now. Okay, so I went ahead and CD'd into my RemoteLuaLoader folder, and I'm just running the command here to activate the ftp_server.lua. Okay, and so now I'm just going to use FileZilla here. And if you go to the site manager, then what we can see here is we've got a host where you need to put in your PS5's IP address, a port 1337, and then just connect. You will want to allow an insecure FTP connection. And then I'm just going to close out of this update here. And right there, you can see the contents of the files on the PlayStation 5 12.00. Now again, this is just a sandbox. So you can't do very much with this at the moment, but neat to see that this is working on PS5 12.00. Now, one thing to note is that if you are connected with the FTP and you start navigating through some of those directories, then you will start seeing a pop-up over on your PlayStation 5. So right here, when I navigated into the App Zero folder or the movie folder, right there you can see a debug message as we go along. So there we know that the hello world Lua, etc. would be working. So there is not a need to test them. Okay, so there was a couple of other features that came in with this beta that will arrive on 12.00, and this one is called Power Saver for Games. So it says, select which PS5 games to play using Power Saver. Gameplay performance will scale back as needed to reduce power consumption. So it looks like you can toggle this check mark on and off here, but I do not have any of the installed games that it is listing below. Okay, since we did update our PS5 DualShock, I was wondering if you could use this method here to pair it to a jailbroken device. So right now, for example, I use two PS5 controllers, one to control my jailbroken PlayStation 5 and another one for my retail console. I'd obviously like to just use one controller that would work with my jailbroken PS5 as well as my retail PS5. So let's go ahead and let's give this a test and see how well that it works out. Okay, so I am on my jailbroken PlayStation 5 right now, and this one is on 7.61. And well, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and try to just pair the controller to this console. Okay, so what you are going to want to do is to make sure that you do have a current controller paired to the jailbroken PS5, and we're going to go into accessories and then Bluetooth accessories here, and right up at the top you can see that my DualSense wireless controller is registered. Again, this is the one that I am connected to. So now over on my PS5 DualShock, I'm going to go ahead and hold down a combination of these two buttons here. Okay, so right there it is. It just popped up, DualSense wireless controller. So I'm going to press X and then yes on this. Now that controller, once I press X one more time, now that controller is also paired. So yes, you can absolutely update your controllers and they will work with older jailbroken PS5s, no problem whatsoever. Now that is very, very cool. And I just connected this up to my iOS device and it connected super fast, and I just assigned it a different button. And right there, you can see the DualSense wireless controller works on that one just as easily. Okay, and so just to wrap up things, we can see that the new PS5 system update is version 12.00. It does still currently work with the RemoteLuaLoader, and that if you do update and you update your DualSense wireless controller, then you will be able to pair it to a jailbroken PlayStation 5 with no problems whatsoever. Anyways, if you got anything out of this video, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Michael, out!